just settled here. It may not be much, but it's enough. Yet trouble has sprung from the pubs and the clubs. We'll see blood soon when the night's through. Still you can't have it all. There's a hole in the wall. Get some money and we'll show them this is our territory. This patch belongs to me. Why don't they understand? But I've got a plan. So come take my hand and sleep well tonight. Tomorrow we fight. Oh, would you like it in town? As the bass drum boom by, so leave this way behind. I'll give you for a town. Oh, now the everybody knows all about me. Oh, I've been rumbles, I've been for replacing you left on empty. You can't have it all. There's a hole in the wall. Get some dough out and we'll show out. But still trouble comes from the pubs and the clubs. Why can't they understand? But I've got a plan. So come take my hand and sleep well tonight. Tomorrow we fight. How would you like it in town? As the bass drums boom by, we'll leave this play by. This excuse for a town. Oh, now that everybody knows all about me. Oh, I've been rumbles, I've been trouble. For replacing you left on empty. Now sleep well tonight. Tomorrow we fight. How would you like it in town? As the bass drums boom by, we'll leave this play by. This excuse for a town. Oh, now that everybody knows all about me. Oh, I've been rumbles, I've been souls. For the plenty you left on empty. So you were right when you said I was just a fake. You just get used, and when you're used, you're thrown away. Look at me now. Look at the lines upon my face, and look at my crowd. Haven't we all lived like it's a race? Just look around, everyone's acting the same way in a playground town where we can all live like it's a race, where we can all live for what we can take. But haven't we all lived life by a mistake? And haven't we all chased time like a paper cut down the street and up the stairs? And haven't we all found the door is shut and the keys are everywhere in this life by mistake? And there are moments when the heavens open wide, when you can hold your dreams and see your future bright. Look at me now, haven't I tried to do what's right the way I know how? But I have acquired my life like a taste, and I have tried to live the right way. But I have lived my life by a mistake.
Hello, Amy. Welcome. Heidi ho. How are you, Mr. Farrell? I'm okay. How are you doing? I could maybe play that clip you sent me of the band playing.
If you're gonna run home and cry, then my time. If you're gonna kill yourself, then just save face. Get on with it. Just don't talk about it. If you're gonna live, then live. Don't talk about it. If you're gonna kill yourself, then for God's sake, just kill. If you're gonna sing, then sing. Just don't talk about it. If you're gonna live, then live. Don't talk about it. If you're gonna kill yourself, then for God's sake, just kill yourself. Tonight, but do you wanna see the video of mine? No. How much for love have I enough for you to show me? How much for love have I enough for you to show? How much for love have I enough? the sign to the door. Here we pinned all our dreams. Now the store is no more. What comes after what was? That was once strangely new. What awaits up ahead for me and you? Goodbye, Thompson. Goodbye, Thompson, goodbye. This space is for rent. See my head hanging low. All my energy is spent. What comes after what was? That was once strangely new. What awaits up ahead? I wish I knew. Goodbye, Thompson. What comes after what was? That was once strangely new. What awaits up ahead for me and you? Goodbye, Thompson. Goodbye, Thompson. Goodbye, Thompson.
Yeah, you don't need much help to fall asleep. I expect you were probably up early. I've just got my kettle on, waiting on kettle boiling to get another tea. Goodbye, Thompson.
Maybe next year. If it isn't today, we'll get ourselves some good time girls. Remember when you paid and go pay in many, many ways, and he's crossing the road to get his day. Oh, now they're begging you, they're begging you. What will you do? Oh, Lord. to know. Lord, she cries, oh hell, no, no, it's a funny way to go. And he's crossing the road, I'm picking up his day. Oh, now they're begging you, they're begging you, what will you do? Oh Lord, they're begging you, your friends begging you, what will you do?
Woof, 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 woof. This other song is this song here, the Alexa thing played it to me, and it's like if you're not like subscribed and paying money, it just plays like similar songs. Like instead of playing a particular one, and it played, you probably wouldn't guess who it was, but I liked it at the time. But yeah, you probably wouldn't guess who it was. I'm not sure if our friend Sil would maybe guess it if she was here.
I saw you, I realized it was you were an angel in torment. How could I desert you? I vowed in that moment nothing in this world or any other would ever threaten or hurt you. Dragons rage outside your door. I'm on my way to save you. Demons wage unholy war, but I'm on my way to save you. The forces of darkness may mobilize 100 million demons, an army from me, determined to stop me. They'll spend eternity regretting they ever crossed me. They'll suffer, believe me. Dragons rage outside your door, but I'm on my way to save you. Demons wage unholy war, but I'm on my way to save you. Dragon
Okay, so it was Jimmy Nail. Jimmy Nail. You wouldn't have got the song, but I don't know if you would have got the guy. It's people for the UK would probably maybe get it. I don't think the guy was successful here. I mean, over there. Madonna. Jimmy Nail, he was I can't remember it. Like I've never watched it, to be honest, but he was one of the main characters in Evita. He was on TV series over here. It's like famous over here, and he had a brief singing career. Probably still does. I was thinking, I hope I don't get struck for playing Jimmy Nail. That would just be like typical. There was one other. He had like bigger hits than him. Well, Crocodile Shoes was one of them, but there's some other one that was kind of cheesy. It was a big hit. Ain't no doubt it was. It's number one, it says. A UK number one. It's quite funny watching them sing it though. And Crocodile Shoes was another one. Big river. Crocodile Shoes. Yeah, ain't no doubt was it was a number one hit. Top of the Pops 1992. It's kind of funny because he only had a few lines in it. He only said like one sentence every now and then, I think, in that one. She's lying. She's lying. Don't cry for me, Jamaica. No, I wouldn't have. Don't cry for me, Argentina, North Korea, Jamaica, Ukraine. Crocodile Shoes. I don't know if any. It's probably not famous over in America, like. I seen a clip and he was singing with Sting quite recently. He's got tons of albums, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fucking 10 albums or something. I would play that Ain't No Doubt, but I don't know if I can play the clip without, like, you know, getting a copyright message thing. Love Don't Live Here Anymore featuring Roger Taylor. Let's not get distracted by Jimmy. Don't cry for me, Zelensky.
So long, hope your dreams
best of health in the future when all's well. I will lie down and be counted in the future when all's well. Stand up and defend me in the future when all's well. Confront what you are afraid of in the future when all's well. Every day I play a sad game called in the future when all's well. Living longer than I had intended, something must have gone right. Stand up and defend me in the future when all's well. Confront what you are afraid of in the future when all's well. Twitter sphere. Lots of stuff. It's pretty crazy. Probably too much to cover. I expect there's lots of stuff about Trump and stuff. Came in to give you a cyber hug. Good night. Left a like. Thanks very much, Cat. Is that you off to sleep? You guys all go to bed early and stuff, 'cause you all get up early and that. I'm like the opposite. I need to change my routine and I don't know. But then I'd hardly see you at all because, like, you know, if I did lives at normal time, it'd be like through the day and stuff. You guys would be busy. Thanks for popping in. I thank you.
was poor little Anne, as sweet a young child as you'd find. Her parents had gone to their final reward, leaving their baby behind. Did you hear this? Poor little child was only 9 years of age when mother and dad went away. Still she bravely worked at the one thing she knew, to earn a few pennies a day. She made artificial flowers, artificial flowers, flowers for ladies of fashion to wear. She made artificial flowers, artificial flowers, fashion from Annie's despair. With paper and shears, with wire and wax, she made up each tulip and mum. As snowflakes drifted into her tenement room, her baby little fingers grew numb. From artificial flowers, those artificial flowers, flowers for ladies of high fashion to wear. She made artificial flowers, artificial flowers, made from Annie's despair. And they found little Annie all covered in ice, still clutching her poor frozen shears. And amidst all the blossoms she'd fashioned by hand, and watered with all her young tears. There must be a heaven where little Annie can play, in heavenly gardens and bowers. And instead of a halo, she'll wear round her head a garland of genuine flowers. No more artificial flowers, artificial flowers, flowers for ladies of society to wear. Those artificial flowers, artificial flowers, fashion from Annie's, fashion from Annie's despair.
Yep, Amy says, hey cat. Artificial flowers. I like the chorus of that song, yeah. The way he sings it. Artificial flowers.
Prospect Street, and I'm wondering just what fortune I'll meet. Never believing
just how wonderful the imagination can be. But there's something in the back of my mind says it'll all fall into place in time. But it's a genuine fact of life that the sun never shines on Prospect Street. On Prospect Street. You talk about love, love are the good things and the problems that the hand of fate brings. I take a walk to wherever I'm going, and I'm sure you know that that's a long, long way from heaven. But when I'm listening to the twilight sound and there's still people up moving around, you know the sad thing about it is that I would really love to think it exists. Prospect Street. On Prospect Street. Oh, on Prospect Street. Oh, you better believe it. And you can make anything come true. You can take it or leave it. When I'm down on Prospect Street. Oh, and you can have anything, and you can make everything come true. You can take it or leave it. But I'm down on Prospect Street.
Oh, I hate when you click on it. You click on it and it blooming goes back to the next thing. But that one nearly sent you to sleep, you saying? I'm guessing. The big dish. It's always noisy, that Hitler Run 1 at the start. It's loads of them ranting.
Nimmst zur Not aus den abgestellten Fahrzeugen, die braucht eh keiner mehr.
Was soll das heißen? Sie können Fegelein nicht finden.
Wir können den Gruppenführer Fegelein nirgendwo finden.
Fegelein.
Guten Tag, Frau Junge.
Herr Speer, wie sind Sie denn noch nach Berlin reinkommen?
Einfach war es nicht. Aber ich muss noch einmal zum Führer.
An Ihrer Stelle würde ich damit lieber warten.
Ich will Fegelein sehen! Sofort! Wenn er sich ohne Befehl entfernt hat, ist das Fahnenflucht! Verrat! Bringen Sie mir Fegelein! 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 Fegelein!
Soll der Eid uns daran hindern, selbstständig zu denken?
Das sagen ausgerechnet Sie. Ein Opportunist. Ein rücksichtsloser Karrierist.
Wie bitte?
So who's going on about Fegelein? Fegelein.
you all coming from?
We're from Dartmoor on the run.
How did you work out your route?
We followed the arrows on our suits.
What were you in Dartmoor for?
We borrowed a safe from the bank next door.
Why do you all talk this way?
Cause we're from Catford, ain't we? Aye. La 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 la. The one I love decide between Soviet hip or British pride. They were gold and they wore their pinstripe suits with a rip at the knee. I'm out tonight and can't decide between Soviet hip or British pride. I'm out tonight and can't decide between Soviet hip or British pride.
Great drumming on that one. Is that the one just now, that one? I hadn't really noticed, but now you mention it. I was just thinking the song that came after that is a cool one and all on the album. Ooh, you care, you really, really care. From the first 12-inch I made to the colour of my underwear. That was a great album, that Welcome to the Beautiful South. It was all good songs. Everyone really, really cares. Do you want me to play that clip you sent me of the band playing? They've been streaming an hour now. 1 hour, 1 minute. And then run out of songs. Really, really care from the first 12-inch I made to the colour of my underwear.
Cosmo Smith, he's the old one. Don't you know that he's a good one? Don't ya? Cosmo Smith, he's the old one. Don't you know that he's a good one? To a knot of grief through a man she never knew. Cosmo Smith,
off their heads and put hair on their dolls. See them dance and pinch the boys' ears. But the man with the hairy back shall cut up their dresses and smash up their dolls and put them in pies and cook their hair and ears and eyes. Then we'll be married. Fold dresses and smash up their dolls and put them in pies.
I was standing in my state-of-the-art observatory, despairing of science and thinking how marvelous it would be to be a werewolf. How fantastic and different my life would be. Instead of watching videos, I could be running through the woods, howling and yapping in a schizophrenic blur. Then I saw the moon staring through my telescope. Ah, the moon. That kind angel, that noble powdered orb, brother of the sun and mistress of Neptune. She sits in the night like a blue dish. Sitting there at the end of my telescope, she seemed to sing to me, like a lost lover calling through a pipe.
Kiss my white chalky lips, stroke my dusty brown face.
I was caught in its magic, in its truth. Oh, to couple myself with that pallid bowl, to be forever joined in its exotic lunar scheme. I was transported, ecstatic. I felt a barrel of knotted sound rise through my body, engulf my throat, and then, like a thing of horror, leap out of my mouth.
Corruption, and my home is a stinking purse of wretched coughs. I am the Wolfman. Homo Wolfus! My rocket is made from pure carbon and smashes through planets. I am Wolfman. I hate being bored and I can punch suns. I am the Wolfman, a huge rancid dog traveling at 5,000 miles per hour. Wolf person, dog boy. I am the universe. The brilliant dog!
aren't wobble. Remember you're a womble. Remember that you aren't wobble. Remember you're a womble. Remember that you aren't wobble. Remember you're a womble. Remember that you aren't wobble. Remember what a womble you are.
Orinoco. Remember. Great Uncle Bulgaria.
Remember.
Tobermory.
Remember.
Adam Chalet.
Remember.
Wellington.
Remember.
Tomsk.
Remember.
Bungo.
Remember.
Roy.
Remember.
Tidy Bag.
Remember.
Wimbledon Common.
Remember you're a womble. Remember that you aren't wobble. Remember you're a womble. Remember that you aren't wobble. Remember you're a womble. Remember that you aren't wobble. Remember you're a womble. Remember that you aren't wobble. Remember what a womble you are. Remember.
Oh, go, blimey.
Oh, saucy.
Matron, take them away.
I love to sing about the moon and the June and the spring. I love to sing about a sky.
Drink to me only with thine eyes, and I will pledge with mine.
Stop! 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 Enough is too much. Go on and sing about Jamuna and Jejuna, what a swinger. Go on and sing
About a sky of blue or a T42, anything with a swing or two. And I love you, I love it too, I love it to sing. I love to sing, I like to sing and never stop it to my papa. And wave a flag with a cheer for Jackie Bunny and another for my mommy.
We love to sing.
I wanted to let you know. Give me some ointment. I need an appointment. I got a rash! I got a rash! I used to have a blast! I got a rash! Noise me up the back! Give me some ointment, I need an appointment! Give me some ointment, I need an appointment! Give me some ointment, I need an appointment! Give me some ointment, I got a rash! Some hair looks like splash! I got a rash! It
talk about rumors, lies, and half-truths falling from a broken vase. You gave me silver, but I paid you back in gold. You gave me nothing. You gave me nothing I could hold, and then you said nothing. Sex, romance, and politics and pain. I drank his words like they were water, but he made me spit them out and led me like a lamb to the slaughter. In an abattoir of doubt, I gave him silver, but he paid me back in gold. I gave him silver, but he paid me back in gold. I gave him silver, but he paid me back in gold. I gave him silver, but he paid me back in gold. I gave him silver.
Hi, we're the Evaporators from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, pimping our new record on Alternative Tentacles. We'd like to remind you, I don't need my friends to tell me who my
Hi, I'm Gary at the one and only Gary's Mattress. Now with locations in Koreatown and Little Tokyo. We are karate are chopping up prices just for you. Even we would buy it.
At Gary's Mattress, we're blowing up prices!
Man on horse, bring goat. For treatment at Gary's Mattress, I'd be very surprised. We're scalping prices. If you find a mattress at a better price, I'll kick a puppy and punch a kitten just for you.
Now, the second episode of the Doctor Who adventure, The Horns of Nimon.
Begin surveillance. Closer. Number 21 shows ambitious tendencies. Follow him. Closer. Looks different. What's going on? Why can't they catch him? 21's escaped!
Escape to the totally new Renault 21.
you don't need their approval for anything you wanna sing about. Smile and wave and always be gentle, but there are things that must be said. Should I stay in bed and wait for someone else to say them instead? Oh no, no, no. Oh, you don't need their approval for anything you wanna sing about. Smile and wave and always be cordial, but there are things that must be said. Should I stay in bed and wait for someone else to say them instead? Oh no, 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 oh no, oh, you don't need their approval for anything you wanna sing about. Oh, you don't need their approval for anything you wanna sing about. Oh, you don't need their approval for anything you wanna say.
Everybody's on a total downer. All the guys are ugly and the lasses are so plain. It's a buck in the shade. It's a shite hole city.
all the boys including me. I wanna be Tommy Lee. It's the same old emotions again. All the girls, they want to be Kim Gordon, 'cause it gets you through the fucking boredom. It gets you through the boredom. Just wanna be the same old emotions again. Everybody wants to be someone else. You can never be anyone else. You can never be anyone else. I'll never be Stevie Nicks. These things I know. I'll never be Stevie Nicks. I'll never be Stevie Nicks. These things I know. I wanna be first and more. First and more. Everybody wants to be someone else. You can never be anyone else. You can never be anyone else. Sometimes it's gin, sometimes you drink whiskey, sometimes you just turn round and kiss me, other times you just walk away. Sometimes your great big eyes, they look empty, you listen to pop and 12-year-old indie, it's terrible. And what you took last night just stopped working, around the corner, Tuesday's lurking, I'm glad I'm not you. These last few weeks just haven't been gentle, putting the mental into monumental. I can't walk away, but my head says, get out! 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 You've been staring fiercely at that glass for days. I can't help but feel like I'm in the way. Yeah, I choose to stay. I know the shouts and the screams of mean something. I walk down Kingsland Road feeling nothing tomorrow. Gonna walk away. Get out! 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 Sometimes it's gin, sometimes you drink whiskey through the glass, and it only just missed me. You've done it. I've got to walk away.
Oh, baby, it's not right. A woman like you, young, beautiful, unprotected, all alone in a city like this. The shops all around, vultures could easily prey upon a woman as unusual as you. A woman so distinctively different. Somebody's gotta take care of you. Somebody like me who can protect you. Somebody who understands your needs, your deepest needs.
Honey, in case you ain't noticed, I not only got all the right parts, but I got them in all the right places.
I know this. Oh, I know this. Oh, I know this. 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 Ooh, honey, look at this thing.
Anyone got a stem?
Oh, Babylon the Great, mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore, the woman arrayed in purple and scarlet. Kings of the earth have committed fornications and lived deliciously with her. They shall wail and lament when they see the smoke of her burning.
So you've seen her?
She's in the bar.
God bless.
Who the fuck are you? How come you don't bought me a Jersey boy? This ain't your tattoo. This ain't your arm. Where'd you get this arm? This is one of my bitches' arm. Who the fuck are you?
Just step to the side. Take it easy. It's like a soccer game. Elizabeth! Elizabeth!
Jersey boy.
Jesus Christ, Elizabeth. I didn't bring you back to have you hang out in a joint like this. Now, come on, we're going home. Let's go. Okay, come on, just put one. I know. Okay, one step in front of the other. That's right. Okay, let me get the door. I know you did. All right. Don't bump your head. That's right. Nice and easy. That's right. I know you did. Okay, thank you.
I told you.
That's a good man.
Yes, I told you.
Thank you.
Taxi!
was gone, I failed and failed, jumped up again and failed again. Yet I still look for love through blue dreamer's eyes. And I wanna go somewhere where nobody knows me. In a space under stone, where do we go? Nobody knows. But when you stand at my grave with your hands on your belly, remember me and see I'm only just starting to live. I'm only just starting to live. Oh, did you see me in a muslin shroud? Did you see me in a muslin shroud? Did I make you feel proud? Did I make you feel proud? I'm scum and I've always been scum. That's how the wheels spun. I fail and fail, jump up again and just the way you are. I hate you just the way you are. I hate you just the way you are. In the dead of night, beneath the neon light, in between the slums, the rat runs. I don't wanna believe you. I don't wanna believe you. I don't wanna believe you. No, 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 no. I hate you just the way you are. I hate you just the way you are. I hate you just the way you are.
Look, it's Spider-Man! I have been here before for the IAAPA convention, so I know the basic layout, and it's a pretty big place. We were smart enough to pre-purchase our tickets. All right, we are in. Our experience starts here. Oh, great costumes. Check that out. Whoa, that's amazing. Luigi and the princesses. Yeah, so one of the two main people that I want to meet is Carl Weathers, who played Apollo Creed, because if you remember when I had Martin, who had an amazing collection of just everything, Doc Martin, he hooked me up with the guy that he got all of his Stallone stuff from, which is the authentic Stallone autograph dealer. Like, he provides you with a picture of Stallone signing your stuff. He helped me get a Rocky signed belt signed by Sylvester Stallone with a photo of Sly holding it, signed it and everything, and I want to add Carl Weathers to it. Now the bad thing is that from what I understand online, if it's a signed photo, Carl Weathers charges $80, but if it's anything else, like a football, because he was a football player, or a helmet, or boxing gloves or anything, $300. You're probably thinking, are you out of your mind? I looked online, and if I add him to the belt actually goes up in value by $1,000. So I said, you know what, I should just do it. So that's going to be part of the game plan before the end of the day, is have him sign the Rocky belt. Here's the belt that I brought. Here's a photo of Stallone signing and holding it and everything. But here, I got it covered up so that the paint doesn't get chipped, but Stallone's already signed it there, and I want to have Carl Weathers sign it here. Then eventually the other half is Mr. T and Dolph Lundgren, but I've never seen anybody get Mr. T's autograph, so we're going to try and get Dolph Lundgren eventually as well. I love all the costumes. You feeling weird yet, Katie?
This place is huge. You should see out here. It's amazing.
We're gonna go and start on the main concourse floor. Here they have the 1989 Batmobile replica, but I like that you can get your own Joker bill here as well. Whoa, what's up with the hearse? Doing some sort of photo ops over here with the sheriff. RKO Radio Pictures, that's awesome. It's the Rocky Horror Cast. I love it. Hey, watch the hammer. Watch the hammer. Whoa, what's this? Balloon Mario. It's one of my favorite horror movies. Or whatever kind of movie you want to call that. Real alligators.
Go back to the animals. If you don't see any of it, we buy our whole lunch. You can pet any animal you want while you're here.
Queen's alive and well. Okay, so we're seeing celebrity autograph areas, so we're gonna have to look for our people over there. It's this big cloud coming through here. What'd you think of that costume? Look at those insane costumes. If this guy turns around, I can show you a little bit. Whoa. We're looking for Ralph Macchio and we found this guy instead. Here's the Cobra Kai Karate Kid section. There's Ralph Macchio, William Zabka, Martin Kove. Martin Kove's not over at his table yet, so we're gonna go look for a couple other people before he gets there. A lot of interesting people here signing autographs. Nev Campbell, Skeet Ulrich, John Bernthal, Vincent D'Onofrio. Look, honey, there's an RV. Yes, Christmas Vacation Cousin Eddie RV. Even though he's not here, the rest of the cast mostly is. There's the family truckster. You can even get your photo with Cousin Eddie while you're here. Got my photo with that. And if you're coming this weekend, Chevy Chase is here. You can get your photo with Chevy Chase and Christy Brinkley in front of it. I think we saw this guy at Pensacon. Chewbacca's doing photo sessions. We just found Mark Paul Gosselaar's line, and when I was 12 years old in 6th grade, I idolized Zach Morris. I mean, I wanted to be an actor because I just thought he was awesome on TV. I just loved the way he dressed, everything. So it's kind of one of those weird childhood memories I'm getting to live out and get a photo with him. Are you excited to see me geek out and see what I could have been in another life?
Absolutely.
All right, here's his line. This should be fun. Yeah, when I used to watch a show, it wasn't so much I was like wanting to be him on the show as much as I thought like, wow, how cool would that be to be an actor in your real life and be like 17 working on a movie set, TV sets. Oh wow, look at that. I need an alien that'll do that for me. So we're still in line to meet Mark Paul Gosselaar, and we just noticed that Henry Winkler is literally right over there. So we'll be able to go meet Fonzie. I think this guy's Willy Wonka. All right, we're back over for Carl Weathers again. He was in Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul. Oh no, I thought you were gone. Michael Myers Lives. There's Sam Raimi, he just showed up. I love his work. Spaceballs. Dark helmet. We're surrounded by assholes. This guy's meeting Sam Raimi and his... Oh, he's having him sign the Necronomicon from the movie. Look at those, that is great. Good timing. There's Drago and Rocky. And apparently Tomb Raider. That guy has the Daniel LaRusso shower. The costume party shower that Mr. Miyagi made him. That is awesome. So we were at Carl Weathers' line, then they whisked him away to go take photos, so we went to Mark Paul Gosselaar's line. They did the same thing after we waited for 20 minutes for him, took him off to get photos, so we came back to Carl Weathers' line, and we've been waiting here for over an hour and a half for him to come back. This is insanity. And they don't have anybody on the entire celebrity wall signing autographs, and they haven't been for probably about an hour. All right, he's finally here. Here are the 8x10s you can get from Carl Weathers. Most of them Rocky, or of course Happy Gilmore. That was another great one. He was Chubbs. And he was a pro football player for the Raiders. Predator, that's a good one. Oh, now we're in the queue to get it signed.
Thank you, man. Nice talking to you. Bye-bye.
If you wouldn't mind signing with this, please.
Sure.
There we go. Thank you, sir.
No photos.
Man, you'd think you'd be allowed to film him signing it, but yeah, they were like, he was on that. He was like, ah, no photos. So there it is. It's signed. You'd think for $300 you'd be allowed to film somebody signing something while they're wearing a mask even. While we were in line, Katie walked over and saw that Martin Kove has kind of a small line, so we're gonna go see him next, and then we'll go back to Mark Paul Gosselaar and Henry Winkler. There's a costume. All right, Martin Kove. There we go. She's gonna get a signed photo. So we were not allowed to film at the table. The person taking the money said no filming at the table. God, if I wish I could have, because this was one of the most epic meet and greets I've ever seen. She made, okay, what did you say to him that started this all?
I said it's so cool to see you getting into the cigar business.
And then he asked if she ever smoked cigars, and she said, occasionally. So he said, hold on, let me get you a special cigar. And he went to his bag. He said, these are not the ones that have my face on them, but this is a special one. Gave it to her, and then asked what she did for a living. we're gonna keep that private. But then when he found out, he said, hey, maybe we can use you on Cobra Kai someday, and was asking for her number to maybe have us come out to the set someday. And he knew we were together, so he was not hitting on her. He was just a really cool, nice guy.
He was the best. That made everything so worth it.
Oh, are you happy?
I am very happy.
And here's the cigar he gave her. Back to Zach Morris's table. I need a selfie with Zach. Wow. How great are these? I love it. Great costume. Oh, hold up. It's the great and powerful Oz. Meeting with the Scarecrow. Squirrel! He's got the Bayside basketball jersey on. All right, we're back trying for this again. Just when you thought you'd seen it all. Awesome, I just got to meet him. That was so cool. It's fun to tell him what a fan I was when I was a kid and how that was kind of the reason I wanted to go to California. Honestly, when I was in 6th grade, I always wanted my parents to take me over the summer so I could see a filming of Saved by the Bell. So really cool to meet Zach Morris today with my girl. What the heck do we have here? Now we're in line so she can meet Henry Winkler. We're gonna meet Henry Winkler, the Fonz. Also amazing in Arrested Development. We got a lot of photos, Night Shift, all kinds of cool stuff. There's a John Travolta. Sir, he's very nice. He just introduced himself to me as well. Thought he was gonna yell at me for filming, but no. She wanted the photo signed from Night Shift. I'm so happy for her because she said before we came she was hoping he would have some photos from this movie. So, what did you think of Henry Winkler?
He was so sweet.
Wasn't he? He really, really was. When I started filming, I thought he was going to yell at me for filming you, and then he actually just wanted to meet me and shake my hand. So that was cool.
I got to introduce you to Henry Winkler. How weird is that?
Yeah, and I told him, I said, I loved you on Arrested Development. He said, I love doing that show so much. Well, we met everybody we wanted to meet, and this is just turning into chaos, so I think this might be the end of it for us. This entire section is all signed Funko Pops. Alice Cooper. And Elvira. It's been a fun day, but man, a lot of people. Be careful when you come to these conventions.
I like that. I like
Baseball's the cutting board. And on our way out, we will say goodbye to Kit and the DeLorean Time Machine. And we're out of here. We're out of time. Yeah. This is the traffic here. Bye, Waldo. All right, my friends, we are going to call it a day. I hope you enjoyed our adventures today at MegaCon. I don't think this was one of my favorite conventions, even though we did have fun and we met some people. Just really poorly run, I have to say. Really poorly organized when there's like an hour to 2 hour span where no celebrities were at their table signing autographs because they were off waiting to do celebrity photos and stuff other places. Just crazy. But gotta make the best of it when you can. So thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great night and goodbye.
Victor Kaya,
Hi.
what's a great shaving gift?
The Remington Microscreen. It's two thin, flexible screens. Shave as close as a blade or your money back. No other electric shaver makes that promise.
Perfect. Maybe my husband will buy the company.
The Remington Microscreen shaves as close as a blade or your money back. When people ask me how to remove unsightly nose and ear hair, I tell them about the Remington Hygienic Clipper. It's safe, precise, and easy to use.
Make a day of it in London with the one-day travel card. Get into town for little more than a cheap day return. The one-day travel card lets you freewheel around London.
Strawberry and orange and apricot fruit juice drinks, new from Ribena. Full of real fruit goodness.
London's burning, and a new arrival spells trouble for Blue Watch.
Well, there's a clash of personalities at Blackwall. Give it time, iron itself out. And now this!
Tate finds himself in a bit of bother. London's burning, tomorrow at 9:05 on TVS.
At 11:10 tonight, there's more drama with the United States platoon on a tour of duty in Vietnam, in Tour of Duty. But now, the Dame Edna experience.
When Parker first made the Duofold, they made it as you'd expect, in the good, old-fashioned way. Today, with the very latest technology to call on, Parker have improved the pen beyond recognition. Yet it remains as elegant in design as it always was. If only everything could evolve that way.
Saving has never been the most riveting of subjects. So Lloyds Bank have asked us, me, to tell you about their new instant savings account. For instance, it gives you very competitive rates of interest. And what's more, the interest rates actually go up in stages. The more you save, the more you get. But best of all, you get instant access and no penalties with... He's got it. Thanks. With this, an international ATM card. That's a cash point card to the rest of us. You can use it to get at your savings 7 days of the week.
Sorry, would you mind? I'm late. You're not him. You're a girl.
How observant.
Good grief, a female? Whatever next?
A horse?
The instant savings account from Lloyds Bank.
Designed without compromise, tested without mercy. The new Renault 19 from £6,895.
Roll the camera. Check energy. Level okay. Get ready, everybody. And action.
Special guest, Philishare, with double action and charge level indicator. The perfect performer.
If there's no progress by the end of the week, I shall call in the Met.
The police are impotent.
Wexford on the Rack, tomorrow at 7:45 on TVS.
Even take it out. Well, I have to do a full body search before we go on. It's not for security, it's just for fun.
Mine takes about 3 weeks, Jonathan. You'll be all right.
Who knows what we might find?
Yeah, exactly. Could be anything in there.
Might be that remote control you lost 5 years ago.
No, I found that the other day.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so this is my office. So this isn't, occasionally I've done stuff and done pictures and like the newspapers say, oh, a look inside his house. Like, and they say this is my house. And then I do spend a lot of my time on earth in here, but this used to be an office where we had a team working. So I own this building. So I used to have loads of desks along here and I had one area with my stuff in. And I said to the guys working, guys, just don't touch my stuff. Don't go in there. It's fine. We had cool stuff on display and they were very, and I came in one day and someone had been at my desk and moved everything off my desk to use my desk and they'd broken one tiny figure, which was, actually it was a figure that, it was a little model kit that I'd made with my son years ago. So I said to them, guys, you're not allowed to work here anymore. You're going to work in the other building over the other side of town and you're going to be more cramped. So I was so fear. It's like, and they wouldn't even tell me who'd moved it. I found out in the end. But anyway, it was sort of like it shouldn't have happened. So then I thought, okay, well, do I want people working with me? And I started putting more of my collection out. And I started thinking, this is sort of where I work. So I pretend that I work here. But really, normally I come in, tidy up, dust, and go home again. That's kind of it.
This is not like a conventional office.
It's
if
not
you
like
ever think of an office like you think of desks. No, this isn't an office.
This is not. But you can work these days. You can work. You don't need a desk to work. You can sit down with a laptop in a comfy chair. That's it.
Oh, it's the idea of heaven. I don't know about an office.
Yeah. So there's, there's loads of stuff from all the different interests that I've got. Most of them are, gathered here. So you've got comic books here, comic art here. You've got toys here, Japanese toys, Italian toys, some French toys, but mainly Japanese. Some English toys from our youth, of course. And then there's lots of store display stuff. That's what, I'm sure you get that way. When you've got to the end of a toy collection, you're looking for the stuff displayed in. So stuff like that poster there, which is really, that was a store display in an Italian store from the 70s when Il Micronauti, the Micronauts, or Mikuro Man from Japan were first sold there. So that, and I've just got that from a guy in France who'd taken it out from a toy shop. It's like hard mounted on a board. And you can see it's fading around the edges, it's a bit warm, and it weighs a ton. But it's a beautiful thing.
Baron Karza getting it handed to him there.
That's one of Matt's favourites.
But imagine as a kid going in a toy shop and seeing that. Of course you're going to want those toys.
Yeah.
I want that game.
And I've got loads of weird stuff. I've got some stuff here that people don't even know they made. Like, for example, Marvel did so many spin-offs and tie-ins in the 70s. So I don't think there's a particularly thorough or comprehensive list of all the merchandising they might have. So when I showed this to a guy from Marvel once, and they had no record of it ever, that Spider-Man necklace.
Yeah.
And that's a display case they would have been sold on. But it's like a little metal Spider-Man necklace with that lovely plastic hanging thing. And he said, I've looked through archives, we've got no record of that.
It would have been just an exhibition.
Well, he said, no, it was sold. Because the guy I got it from said they used to have him in my local store. He said, weirdly, they had him in my local jewellery store, which was like a low-end jewellery store, but they had a section with silly stuff. And I've got some, once again, going back to Micronauts, I've got some Micronauts jewellery. I think they were prototypes, but like rings and necklaces with things like Biotron on and Baron Karza, which were made properly like metal, quite nice die-cast metal.
I don't think you want to go jogging with that on, would you?
No, I mean, that's the only one I've got, so that's staying there. I didn't wear that out. So up there you got, remember that sort of like, that's just a cheap knockoff, but there was this thing called Super Spider, which I used to like, that little rubber thing. But that, I think that goes with G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And I was going to customise that I was going to respray it for my Henshin Cyborgs, but it looked so nice, I didn't have the heart to in the end.
It's hard to get over here as well.
That's the Spider-Man necklace I was talking about. There's some glam rock boots I bought, which I've never worn out, but just in case I feel flamboyant one day. Original Godzilla, of course, with working tongue. Yes, original, not a new one. This is that. Do you know this toy?
I was going to ask you about that.
This is amazing. I've got the box for it somewhere. I'm trying to remember what anime it comes from, but these little figures.
They're like sort of weird, like almost like high detailed Action Jacks.
Yeah, it's really great. It's Battle Beyond something or something. But this is the basis. So this has batteries in that lights up. The chairs all move around. That's cardboard with the screens on. That thing, that's what you turn the, I think something moves with that. I can't remember what it is now. But it's a really beautiful little toy.
So what made you, because obviously there's some toys that you remember and you remember seeing, obviously influenced by Japanese stuff. What made you collect the stuff that you don't remember? What makes
As a kid, I think, well, I'm fairly traditional in that, a lot of things, you get to a certain age and you think, oh, that toy I had, or more importantly, that toy I didn't have but I really wanted, let me get one of them. So you get one of them and it snowballs, and then you find out there was more stuff in the range that you didn't know, but I better buy that as well. Oh, that would look nice together. Oh yeah, there was a prototype. I wonder if I can find that somewhere. So you go down that rabbit hole. I think the Micronauts, my Micronauts love, and which is probably my biggest collection, I don't really understand where that came from, because I didn't have any as a kid, and when they were first released over here was about 76, 77. By the time they started coming in, the Mego ones were repackaged by Airfix and released over here. And I remember seeing a Biotron. I always loved robots as a kid, and I was about 20, I think, and I saw in just local dusty corner shop, I saw this Biotron on the and I thought, that looks interesting. So I bought it, had it for a long while, I've lost that original one, forgot about it, and then, and this will be a familiar word that will strike fear into many people, so eBay appeared on the scene. And then I thought, oh, I could find a Major Mac Mason. And I had one when I was a kid. Oh, I didn't realise there were all these other Major Mac Mason kits. And I thought, I wonder if there's that weird guy, that Biotron guy I found. And then I discovered Biotron. Then I found there was, at the time, I think it was a Yahoo page of fans. And I went into it, and that's when I found out they'd been based on a Japanese toy line. So then I found out the history, a little bit of the history of Takada's version of Mikuro-Man, or the original, and how that evolved with Diaclone into Transformers, but how they made so much stuff. And then started buying bits and pieces. So initially with eBay, I started buying all Major Mac Mason stuff, and I had mainly that, and then some Johnny Seven Guns. So it was all the stuff from my youth that I didn't have but wanted. And then I moved into the Japanese stuff, and I had a love of Japanese culture in here, which was growing. I was quite early into anime and manga before many people in this country. So I was, you know, like, and I had a friend in New York who used to send me videos of Miyazaki films before they were released over here. So he'd say, this is a weird one. You get something like Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, what's this? And you put it in and go, wow, it's amazing. But no one was even releasing them over here. You couldn't buy them anywhere. So I got into that sort of stuff. So it all kind of dovetailed in a weird way, but you know, things get in the way, like children and life and house moving and all that. And over the years, but it's only really when I settled, I guess it was like mid-90s, I started buying a little more, but it was only from 2000 on that I went a bit nuts with tracking down all the Micronauts I could find, which I'll show you that collection, but that'll take you a day to go through. And half it, I don't know what it is. That's the problem, is I don't have the level of knowledge that the guys have.
You have toy joy.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot about a little bit, but then I'll get out a figure and they'll go, oh my God, that's so rare, that one. And I'll put it in a display case. They said, why is it next to that one? I said, isn't that one where? I went, no, that's an awful figure. Everyone hates that figure. Oh, okay, I'll take that away. Then you find out the toys that you didn't even know existed from other obsessives. Like comic books have always been my big thing. So when I found out the 70s range of toys like this is the Amsco Marvel World playset. So I've got one in there which is unpunched, unopened in the box. And this one I found someone selling it they'd already used, but it's just a beautiful set. Putting it together is fun. It's hard cardboard. That is the base of the box. The base of the unit is the base of the box, so you take that off.
So no boxes
and
survive.
No box on that, yeah. Well, some, I mean, that one has. So I got that off some guy. His dad had saved it forever. It had never been used, so which is why I'm keeping it. It's museum quality.
Something that's just excited me, your finger puppets. I've still got mine from a kid, but you've got the box, you've got the trade box.
Yeah, trade box. And that's super, they're pencil choppers there in the box. Batman and more DC, that's all DC and Shazam. And then down there you've got the big Frankie model kit that you would send off for as a kid from comics. Got a couple of those, and I've got one of those unopened ready. I'm going to build myself. Those I bought already painted like that. This is the Spider-Man play set. You seen these? Oh, this is cool. I've got two of these. So who knows, you might be able to take one. You open it up and that opens up inside, and it's Peter Parker's apartment, and it's some sort of lab, and then you've got the figures in there with it.
Paper figures,
but quite big ones, so you know what I mean, they're bigger than, normally they're about that size, but these are quite large.
That's awesome.
That's amazing that they survive.
Yeah, and then these are Japanese model kits. That's Jeeg, as you know, and this is weird. This Psykill from GoBots, and I was thinking,
strange Psykill,
I was thinking of building it, but you can see it's one of those kits. You think, okay, that's going to be a
yeah. You put some time aside for that one.
And I normally lose one key part when I'm building them. So
I normally glue myself to them.
And then nothing around the back there particularly, although I've got some good DVDs here. But this is good. Zatoichi, you know Zatoichi?
Yes.
The Blind Swordsman?
Yeah.
Every Zatoichi. During lockdown, I watched them all in order. Oof. Very good. And then I found out there was and then I found out there was a TV series, so I bought that and I started working through that. He's the same actor.
Need another lockdown.
So we go over here, we've got vinyl and stuff, but we've got some weird things like, this is that kind of, is he called Golden Mask or something, that Japanese character that predates manga? Called Golden something.
He inspired the 80s, you know, the 80s figure, the Skullman.
Yeah.
Skullman.
Well, you know where it came from. I can't remember what they're called. The word in Japanese for paper is kami. And then it's called something like kamikaga, something like that, which was, these guys used to go around before anime and they would tell these stories of famous comic book characters. But there would be guys who had like a peddler. They would gather the local kids around and they would show the pictures while they told the story. So there'd be paintings of what was going on, quite lurid, of these characters. And then they would sell small toys and sweets after the show. So it's a kind of rich tradition in Japan. That was from like the 30s and the post-war Japan, 40s and 50s, before TV really took hold. So I love that character.
When we were in Italy, I asked about one and he went, "What, you don't know this? This is like my brother."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm meant to be sort
The
of..."
Italians are mad for that kind of Japanese, especially these soft robots. These ones that are made out of the plastic that shampoo bottles were made out of. Then this is a very rare tin Batman from Japan in Batmobile, which is beautiful.
Oh, I love it.
And that's just gorgeous. Of course, Batman didn't have his name on the side of his car. He didn't feel the need. That's like a sort of like plumbing van, isn't it? He's like Batman.
Sideline.
How's my driving? I love it when they spin off into like these Japanese kind of Batman missile cars.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they're beautiful, aren't they? And I got the boxes for those, which are But look at Batman's nose. Look, they've got the mask wrong on the cover there. Like they haven't got the cowl over. So whoever drew it, they had a rough idea of what he looked like.
I like the idea because it's like baby Batman in there. He looks like a little baby.
The little baby Batman I got.
Oh, there's the box for that space thing I was showing you earlier. Behind there. Look.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Go on from over here.
Someone will tell you what that is immediately and tell me I'm an idiot for I can't remember what it's called.
Don't worry, we get that all the time.
And this is a cool lunar exploration car.
Oh, you can see the Captain Scarlet.
Isn't that
where
great?
That came
The
from.
influence, yeah.
That is.
And look, they're sort of printed in, the drivers.
That's an SPC.
It is, isn't it? It's very similar.
Beautiful, isn't it?
What came first, chicken or the egg on that? What was
But
that?
you know, I love that about toys. You'll find like, you know, some designs that from one country then inspired or were ripped off, shall we say, by designers elsewhere.
It's weird. We've talked about the whole shelf. There's a Rodin on the shelf, and nobody's mentioned it. It's just we've gone through all this other stuff we haven't seen.
Are we? Is this? Are we allowed to put something adult on the show?
Would rather not.
Okay, then turn the camera away for a second. Look at this innocent figure. Turn the camera away.
Hoo-ha.
Okay, there you go.
Always the bridesmaid.
I don't. That's some 20s store display, I believe. That's Ishi the Killer from the movie. Look with his scarred face and his tonic suit.
Do you know?
There are 8 tracks. I've got an 8-track player here. These are old 8 tracks.
I'm looking at the David Bowie's first.
Yeah, that's quite common to get that one. And then I've got some David Bowie sunglasses from Japan up there on the side.
Wow.
That's by, this is a toy range by Junko Mizuno, who's a Japanese artist whose work I love. And she brought out a range of toys, but they're beautifully made as well, like figures as well. I've got some of the dolls at home, but that's a bigger item and more of a display type thing. And then I've got loads of vintage TVs and record players knocking around there because I like...
Can I ask about that? Is that just a lamp?
It's a lamp. It's a 70s
gorgeous.
Italian or late 60s Italian lamp. This is Italian plastic lamp as well. Most of the furniture in here is vintage as well. I like cars in the middle. So it displays beautifully. You like this stuff, I'm sure? Fisher Price constructs?
Oh, well, I collect Fisher Price.
I love I've got a few constructs down. Found any evidence of this. And what I think it was I think it might have been the Captain Action Batman costume on display because it had his belt laid out on one side.
Yeah.
And I think I saw the long belt and thought it was skis.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was. But I spent a lot of time. And also, I don't know if you've done it. Have you ever tracked down a toy that you had when you were young, you wanted, and you're amazed at how small it is? Because of course,
Yeah.
and those they've got a remote control. They move. You can drive them around. That's a Japanese Spider-Man toy up there. These are rare Japanese tins with the boxes in the Perspex boxes
Poppy,
behind it.
isn't it?
Poppy, I think Poppy isn't actually a company. I don't think. Poppy is sort of like a descriptive thing, as I understand it. That's really that's the thing that expands.
Like the Hulk, like the Hulk cage one.
Yeah.
I've never seen the thing
one.
before.
Look, that's what's left of the box, but I managed to save some of it.
The boxes are always nailed on those. I've not had a nice one ever.
These are, look at these. I mean, if visitors do come from a place like that, I'm going to run. Look at this guy here, look. Look, he's got a sort of G face on. They were just sort of like cheap little toys. God. And this one's got another. That's, I think, Kashan, maybe. That's a Lensman model kit down there. Then you've got an early Marvel jigsaw puzzle based on a John Byrne piece of art.
Very nice.
And these are mainly, there's a figure of me that someone made. It was some toy. The company that were doing the Dr. Force up there. And another dinky, is that UFO? Was it? Yes, UFO.
Yeah, UFO.
And then down here we've got Captain Action. And Captain Action toys have gone astronomical prices in recent years.
Yeah.
I don't quite know why.
Yeah, we found a lot more collectors popping up.
It's weird, isn't it? They used to be really easy to find and fairly inexpensive, even box sets. Now box sets all go for thousands. You know, the box figures, the original ones. Even kind of repro boxes with original figures, and especially some of the stuff was very hard to find, like Spider-Man. I've got a box one with the, but this is the Spider-Man, and you see it's only got 4 legs because 2 of the legs have disappeared. I used to have 4 legs, but it was when it was moved for me several times. But I've got a few with the 4 legs ones in there. So there's the full range of all the characters that came out. So you've got Superboy and Superman, there's the original Captain Action, there's Action Boy. That was Sergeant Fury, bizarrely. Why they chose to make a Sergeant Fury figure? That was Steve Canyon, I think. Spider-Man, weird thing. Batman with the weird cape. Batman came with the gun as well. The Robin figure, they never made a Robin figure, so that's a custom suit that someone made. Captain America with his gun that you never actually had. Bucky is a custom figure. Ming the Merciless, Green Hornet, Kato. They did bring out a Kato suit for Action Boy. Slightly racist. The Phantom, who's huge in Australia for reasons that elude me. Then down here some more. There's the original Tonto, but the Flash is a custom. The Green Goblin's a custom. That's a more modern Spider-Man. Doc Doom's a custom. Red Skull's a custom. Original Phantom original. That is Buck Rogers. Aquaman and Aqualad. Aqualad's a custom. The Aquaman's original. Very hard to find that. And then down here, these are the really rare ones. These were released at the time. They were hoping to get the girl market involved, and they called them Super Queens. Didn't sell at all. So loads of them got trashed. They're really hard to find, especially in box. We've got a Batgirl and Wonder Woman in box. Mira is very hard to find. That's Aquaman's lady. And then there's another Batgirl behind there, some action suits. And down here, even more custom jobs. See Mysterio, Black Spider-Man suit, Electro. The Thor and the Loki were when they revived the line around 99 or something, or 2002 or something like that. And they brought out suits which weren't as good. There's an original Shang-Chi custom, Iron Man custom. They did bring out an Iron Man later on. That's an Adam West style custom job. Batman. Lex Luthor behind him. Venom or Carnage, whichever one that is. Nick Fury, Daredevil custom. What's his name? Fu Manchu. The Punisher's a good custom job. Shazam custom. Very offensive Red Skull. Martian Manhunter, which is great to see. These were the repro ones when they came out in the... see, they brought out a full-size Kato, so that must have been a custom Kato for Captain Action. And they're still quite nice. They were still quite nice. This is super rare. This is the Silver Streak, the Captain Action car.
That's what I was going to ask about earlier.
Almost impossible to find. There's another one in the really colourful box down there. The box inside. And that's more Major McMason figures in a... That's the shipping box for the Major McMason figures as well.
That's amazing. I've never seen them.
Yeah. But I keep it in there because the plastic is so fragile there. It's like that really thin build plastic. Over there, these are all, that's all Timanik figures. I don't know if you know Timanik, the time traveller.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful range, and I've got a couple of rare ones. American toy line. That was Hornetroid, which only came out in America. Hamilton Invaders.
These are Remco toys, aren't they?
Yeah. My wife one year for Christmas had me Garlu onesie made.
Yeah,
this is some. This is a really nice thing. It's a. Oh no, that's just a clock. I've got a German car set that goes around the mount, and I love all this sort of stuff as well. You'll remember that when we were kids. Oh yeah. The Power Annual. There's a Johnny 7 ready to go with various assortment of things in it. But I've got other Johnny 7s on there, lots of other Johnny 7s knocking around there. This is the mask that goes with that set I was just showing you, that Video Connect set.
Yeah.
The Space Helmet mask. Look at that.
That's really cool.
Isn't that great? So it's got a white back TH3, so it's a bit like. And there's the gun. You're saying that the gun looks amazing that goes with it.
Yeah.
But of course, unfortunately, it's for child hand sizes. So this is the series Atlantic, the Atlantic City Galaxy. These were, I believe, French toys, 70s, quite grown-up design, slightly science fiction. Like there's Sky Girl, who has her baby in a papoose on her back while carrying a big gun. And then that's the man, the spaceman in it, Sky Man, and then you've got the various different... You've got 30. You know, so they made grid loads of money, and that's why when the Kenner Star Wars figures came out, you know they did a prototype of 12-inch. The reason they did them 3 3/4 was because Micronauts was the #1 selling toy in the US, and Micronauts were Microman. And Microman were only that size because of the petrol shortage, which stopped them making this size. Yeah. So it all ties in together. And you know as well, Mego, that was they had first offer on Star Wars, and they turned it down because they had the best-selling toy. They had Micronauts. No one's going to challenge Micronauts. Not this stupid space story. But what's great about the Henshin Cyber, which I love, is there's the Henshin figures, there's Henshin villains as well. These are the alien invaders, and they came with different build-on weapon kits. They're different molds for different characters, and they came with suits. Like Action Man on G.I. Joe, the whole idea was to sell suits on to kids. So, for example, there's the suit for his pet. There's a cyborg dog, and you can dress him up as a lion, a cheetah, look, a wolf. There he's in his costume. And the suits were based on popular manga and anime characters. So they're sci-fi suits that go with the figures. So that's for the Henshin Cyborg boy figure. And around there you've got a shelf with almost all the suits on the figures on display. So look, these are all the original suits from the 70s. Red Baron. Yeah. There's a Carmen Rider in there. There's Ultraman figures. Lion Maru. It's a really weird range of characters, but really purposed the Micronauts vehicle for their superhero line. So those ones beyond the Hulk Explorer, the Robin Shuttle, the Spidey Mobile, and the Bat Shuttle, they were some of these vehicles refigured recoloured. Baron Cars along there. This is figures on cards to keep them safe.
Nice filing system there, Jonathan.
Well, you got to keep these things. You got to keep those. Look how those cards unpunched and completely hidden from the light. They're all those are there, all unpunched cards, safe. More of those box set ones. Some of those are quite rare. Lots of Biotrons.
Yeah, that's an obsession, isn't it? The Biotron.
Well, I just really like, but you know, I've got thing is once again at that time when I first started buying these, they were so cheap, and people would often say, "Okay, I've got a Biotron. Okay, I'll take the Biotron as well." Then you'd be doing them a favour. Now you can't buy them in good condition.
No.
You know, you can't find them easily. I gave one. I didn't give one to, but I promised one to John Bowerman. He really wanted a Biotron. This is super rare as well, and we're just going to break it. Thankfully, he didn't break.
It's all right. It's okay. Head comes off.
This is the Ampzilla. Only released in America, and you can see why it's popular. I mean, it's a beautiful little toy, but once again, and it's a quite hollow, fairly brittle plastic. This opens up for the man to ride in the back. Well, there it goes again. Okay, you know I'm not going to open that because I have this horrible feeling that if I open it, I'm going to hear a snapping sound, and that will break all our hearts. That one's coming off a bit here, but this one's better. And that was English release based on the Japanese one. That was the Airfix. I don't think that came out in America. And then these are sort of rip-offs of it. Magnetic Motorbike Man. Once again, these are those sort of pound shop toys, but I kind of love them. And that's amazing. See that Star Cruiser? That's an Italian-only release, reconfigured remote control car, but that was sold, as you can see in the box, with Microman in it.
Yeah.
So they repurposed it, knowing there was a Microman fan base.
Real Toys did it, loads and loads of remote control stuff like that, didn't they?
Yeah, I've got a Spider-Man car that came out from the same people.
Yeah, big tin plate top plastic bottom thing. Yeah,
really, and this is these are the legendary Cario. Not really a figure, but here's the box that you put it all in. These are some of the rare figures. You know, I was saying about the early Takara figures that came out. So see, look, see, it was even had the G.I. Joe branding on it. So it was their version of G.I. Joe figures, but jewelry store in New York. So they must have just thought, oh, you know what, kids might buy that, or young, you know, people might buy that. I'm like, snake belt.
Yeah, that's cool.
So like, loads of weird, like there was a super party thing, Micro Night, that came out in America. Micro Timer was a watch, I think. I mean, just loads of weird stuff. That's an Italian custom job one of that. Then the black hole stuff that Mego had, that was based on the bodies of a lot of that, yeah.
That's a Psylocke, isn't it? In our
that's a Psylocke. The dark blue is Psylocke.
Right. Okay.
But he's basically Psylocke is a recoloured Red Falcon.
Right. Yeah.
See, there's a converted Psylocke warrior, but there's Red Falcon, the original.
I've had a few Psylocke warriors, and they're always
Psylocke are hard to find now. I mean, they're beautiful figures.
Yeah, they're really cool.
His other hand is floating around. That's the problem when you display them with the spring-loaded hand in, as you know. Poing! Where's it gone?
Yeah.
You
Matt's got a story about that, haven't you, Matt?
And look, these are great as well. These were the Hensham Cyborg villains.
Oh,
with the breastplates that open up.
Wow, so these are the Henshin limbs that you get on the Dennis Fisher ones that are quite desirable. I've never seen the 12-inch one with the Henshin.
Oh, there's a few different 12-inch ones. There's a few different versions of him. It was marketed in Japan as Open the Breast Robot.
Open the Breast Robot?
Open the Breast Robot. There we go.
There we go.
I like one of those Open the Breast Robots, please. See, there's the original release of the Japanese 12-inch with the different heads. That one's got, they're down there, that one's got a human head and a robot block for his chest. That one's got a silver cyborg head, and that one's got the big square, looks like an exhaust manifold or something on his head. This is great. This is a Japanese release of like Madball.
I love that.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that great though?
Yeah. Look
and I love the packaging of that.
There.
We just bought some South American knockoff Madballs.
Yeah.
And they're not as bonkers as that, but very bonkers. Dinky Eagle.
Gotta love that one. And then also got a whole set of Space 1999 bubblegum cards here.
Oh, excellent. All wax pack.
Have you ever, late in life, taken one of those and tried to eat the chewing gum?
No, I think that's...
Have you tried it?
I did it. I had a box set of June picture cards. I thought, okay, you know what? I'll try one. Maybe it's still good. Oh, it was so weird. Because it had it was like the ghost of a flavour still in it. Yeah. But then it was just like eating it was just like eating a very kind of soft plastic. Not soft though, still brittle, but thin plastic. It'd gone so rock hard. Oh look, here's the Space 99. Remember talking about the playsets, like the Marvel one. So there's the Space 99 original.
Yeah.
There's the Waltons, there's the Planet of the Apes, and there's another Marvel world.
That's amazing.
And there's some black hole bubblegum cards. But this was a poster that you only got if you won a competition, a Hench and Cyborg competition. And what you won if you won the competition is you won that poster and that radio. So that's the only one that I've ever seen still existing in the world. Really great, because it cost me a fortune. But I thought I'd track down the radio to go with it. And people who know, a couple of Japanese friends come out and went, oh, and they admire the level of consistency. And then these are great model kits as well. I don't know if you've seen these. I mean, beautiful artwork. Just beautiful, I love it. The Ernest 70 Science, but look at that.
Yeah, nice beauty.
I mean, I'm not going to build these because that is too beautiful as it is in there.
It's amazing how they're sort of timeless, that packaging as well.
Yeah. And that is a knockoff. See that thing there? That's a knockoff of the Hench and Cyborg Jaguar.
Yeah, I was eyeing that.
That's a knockoff within that. And I've got another weird, this one, no one quite knows where this came from. This was someone in Australia sold me this. A repackaged Hench and Cyborg, a Cyborg Man, crime fighter of the future, on that car with a blister pack. It's like, all his joints move, fights evil throughout the universe, remove his arms and slot in his weapon of destruction, fire them at the touch of a button. It's amazing, isn't it?
It looks almost like it is just a straight knockoff, isn't it?
But I've never seen a card that big having a figure on, and I've never seen, you know, and once again, that's the only one I've ever seen. I've never even seen an image of it anywhere. That this guy had it, and he initially wanted way too much, and I said, you know what, keep it. And he went, oh, okay. Oh, this is another cool knockoff. Once again, don't know anything about it. Clearly just a kind of cheap toy version of it. Doesn't move properly, but it's got the same sort of design. But kind of beautiful, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
This was the Italian-only jigsaw puzzle. Micronauts jigsaw puzzle that you got in a little box. I've got some Big Jim over there. And there's got more. That's got all those boxes there have Henshin suits in, carded in nice condition. So that's kind of it.
Wow. Jonathan, collection's amazing.
Thank you.
I mean,
it's next level, isn't it?
It's like you've collected for a long time, and it's evident. But
well, you know what? I've managed to stay at least fairly narrow with my. Oh, that's why when I did get rid of a lot of stuff, which I virtually gave away, you guys missed out on a lot of good stuff.
We don't like people giving away.
I did give it away because I gave the money to charity, but I got rid of stuff like that I quite would like to have now, but it just had too much. It was taking something like I had the big Batman cave from the 60s, the Justice League cave, all those superhero tie and stuff. So I had loads of that, and I've Batmobiles, and I thought, you know what, I can't display everything, and what looks good together. The Japanese stuff goes great together. I love the Micronaut stuff. I'm more Marvel than DC anyway, so that's why I got rid of Batman stuff mainly, apart from a few Japanese knockoffs. So it was a slight honing, and I am going to get rid of some more stuff eventually. I mean, I've got to get rid of some of this anyway. So these were Toy Biz. Terrible figures.
Awful figures, aren't they?
Awful figures, right? That's one of the better ones in actually.
That is actually all right.
But you could send off for the Aunt May figure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I want.
You can buy them online. You find them on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they want about 100 quid from
you want to drop it out of the box straight away.
Toy Biz only 10,000, but it doesn't. They've given her like a superhero build. They haven't built a new body for her. Like giant shoulders. She was a woman in her 80s.
Is that meant to be Aunt May?
That's what we like.
That's meant to be Aunt May. That's the Aunt May figure.
Has she tried some of that June bubblegum? Is that why her face is gold?
Yeah, look at Desperate Dan.
He's a really good figure, actually.
Well, they based that on me, on the
yeah.
That was only about a year ago. That was
the Joe Hand workout programme you were on. Yeah,
exactly. Thank you. First time I ever met Vic Wees before I was on TV, I'd heard about this weird guy who used to DJ, so I took him out for lunch, and then I thought, well, let's put you on the Love Store. But I bought that off him at the lunch. The early Elvis picture he did.
See,
So I bought that off Vic in 1987 when we sat in a bar in Soho together. And he said, I said, what do you want for it? He said, give me a tenner for two of them. I said, I can't give you a tenner. I bought that and another Elvis one, which I've got hanging up at home.
I love Vic's art. I also think he's unused. Oh, we brought you a stick.
Lovely.
So that's our last one.
You put that in the bin just over there. Wow,
One
look at that.
Captain Black kit. And came out of an old barn. The people used to have a shop, but this was the only one. So I think they'd bought it for themselves.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Or maybe they just held on to one.
Well, you like kits.
It's weird because as a kid, I would have never wanted to make one of these sort of kits, right? But what's interesting now is I would only want the hollow plastic kits, you know, the proof.
Yeah.
But now I prefer making these because the hollow plastic ones, I kind of feel like you've got to keep them as they are. They've got to, but these I don't mind because these aren't as exciting to me. But this will be great. I'm going to paint this up. Cool. File it down, paint it up. I mean, because I've done a few of the resin kits now.
Jonathan, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
What an absolutely amazing office we've got here. It's honestly, I'm like what Toy Shop on Tour is all about. Seeing toys we've never seen before, and we've seen. I'm still now. I'm talking to you, and I know I'm being rude. My eyes are everywhere.
Don't worry.
So I'm looking at the toys. It's amazing.
I've probably got stuff in the boxes lying around like that, which I haven't thought to show you. Like I've got prototypes. I've got molds like Hench and Cyborg. You know those suits they wear. I've got the metal molds. They poured the rubber in to make the kit. I've got a Microman children's restaurant seat and child's bicycle somewhere. I held back at buying the Micronauts mattress because that's quite hard to move around. But apart from that, I've got to know. But you know, for me, it's a joy sharing it and showing it to people who understand it and love it, you know, because let's face it, there aren't that many of us out there.
But today has been like, my tiny mind is very full. It's been brilliant.
All the things I've said, you should double check though on Google because I'm not the most reliable source, you know, and you get to a certain age and memory goes,
it's all right.
It's stuff I've been told and it might not be, who knows, it might not be legit. I don't know, but
it's all right. We have to.
Good. Good. Yeah, oh, that's a very rare one. Yeah. But great to meet you guys.
And you.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Captain.
And now sit down and coffee.
How cool was that?
Amazing, wasn't it?
What a guy. What a
Cornelius published collection of the complete Crumb comic covers. I admire Crumb's drawing to no end. I'm not sure there's a better just pure drawer working in comics, and the covers really show that off. So this came across my social media feed at some point, and recently. This is a new edition, a new book, so that means you can still find it. It's still in print, and I had to scoop it up.
Yeah, like, I guess, you know, they gotta call it something, but like, even that front cover is a sketchbook page that shows Crumb holding up Zap 1. So there's a lot to this complete package.
Yeah, unfortunately, the text is all in French, so I can't offer context to that, but my suspicion is that these... It's very comprehensive. Like, I think you're getting a lot of foreign editions in here, and that some of them are put together from sketchbooks.
I love it. Off the bat, man, when you watch the Crumb documentary, or you get those first, like, 3-4 volumes of the complete Crumb comics, this is how you know that it's not the complete Crumb comics. Like, these should have been included in there. I want all of these fully reprinted. It's a heartbreaking story. If you listen to the Criterion Collection commentary with Roger Ebert and Terry Zwigoff, Terry said that when Charles, who held on to most of their kid comics, when he passed away, Robert Crumb basically like got on a plane immediately and traveled across the country because he wanted to rescue the arcades and these almanacs and stuff that Charles held on to, because he just knew that the mom was going to just throw them away and have like no significance to, like, just trash. And he got there too late and they got trashed, you know, so like these probably represent the stuff that survived.
Yeah, it's right, the complete Crumb comics that you can find.
Yeah, and these pieces would be in sketchbooks. You could keep rocking, man. Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's really an astounding collection,
Yes.
and one that will be probably exhausted by the time we reach the end of.
Sure, like we saw, those were like the free weeklies, like even before Zap and things. This is the funny shit, because like, okay, so that's Rip-Off Press.
They're not printed in an order that I can tell.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, maybe, maybe they are, and some of them are reprints is why, like, some of the dates are different at the bottom, you know, like what edition we're seeing.
Yeah, see, this is the familiar territory. We would see these in the sketchbook reprints, and just like make note of like the amazing lettering.
That's what makes a collection of covers by him so great, is that the drawing, it's not just the image.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's the design, it's the lettering, it's all of it.
It's like full Kurtzman on that one. playing with different materials, like looking like straight up magic marker that just, you know.
I thought even crayon maybe.
Totally.
Yeah, it's wild. If you're just a fan of design, I think this was a book that would be, you know.
That's the thing, like
fantastic.
Like this guy is operating, like he's spinning a lot of plates with proficiency.
Yeah, if you think of your average comic book artist as like sort of an illustrator, it really is he's playing chess while we're all playing checkers.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
right?
I mean, it's again the just the lettering alone. If you're just a fan of hand lettering, this is going to be a collection that you won't get tired of anytime soon.
Yeah.
There's a cover we might all recognize here.
That's got him right. Man. And I always thought this was cool. Like, so like when he went to American Greetings and got introduced to color separations and how that whole game is played, so he had that skill set that he developed in Cleveland, and then he gets his chance to like have a comic with a glossy cover. But dude, you're getting 3 colors. Like we can't splurge for like the other one. So it's like, how do you make those colors work? You know, you hatch, and you know he didn't have Ben Day or something to do the tones and stuff. So, you know, do some hatching and you get some value.
It's so funny because that yellow especially, it looks like, you know, like a 50% yellow or something. You know, screens that we're used to, but it's horizontal lines that he's drawing as opposed to the dots.
Yeah.
And you know what? I am watching these dates, and I do think they are arranged chronologically. I think that first one was a reprint issue, is why the date threw me off.
Yeah. Yeah, and
or
there was,
you know, a later printing of an original.
Yeah, there was text and stuff, and like that probably would give you the deal.
And I mean, a lot of this stuff, it may be that it's sketchbook stuff. Although we saw
that original baby at the biennial at the what you call it, the Carnegie.
Yes. And I think we have the printed version comes through on a Warren episode. I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's so hard to keep straight some of the stuff that we found. How about this is like, see, this is where I think this is a French edition, but is this one of his sketchbooks where they're reproducing the cover,
right?
You know, of one of those editions? It's also funny to see like what stuff I have. You know, like which of these books do I have on my shelf? Look at this for, again, pure drawing, just line drawing, like clear line drawing. And I think some of that stuff again is the foreign editions.
Mm-hmm. Making use of that 2-color, more sketchbook materials. This is so great because like it was one of the 2-man comics that he did with Charles, and in some of the coffee table books, like the R. Crumb coffee table book over there, you could see the Charles stuff, and then he would go on and do like fully finished versions.
Yeah, and Charles there noted underneath too, so you can see the collaboration you're spot on with. Fun that they do, you know, even if these are, I don't know if they actually are editions or not, but it's cool to see like the sketchbook stuff next to the very polished pieces.
Yeah, I mean, that's just sketchbook. But like, dude, it's the Cooper font. But like, you know, what does his archives, what does his Morgues files like look like? Does he just have Morgue files of just typography? Because it all looks set up. And I've seen, like, I have this like Mr. Natural collection, and there was like some like 1930s book that almost matches the cover design, and like the complete Crumb comics, like the logo with the sort of whole orientation of everything and like the font choices, like that comes from some like weird golden age comic that like, he's deep, dude.
Look at that for like same concept but working it out in very different style and
sketchbook
language.
joint, and then the blueprints. Iconic stuff.
Cool to see like a one color, but it's not black and white.
Yeah.
Probably just black ink on the color paper. Yeah, I'm with you on the lettering and what he's drawing from. Yeah. Because there would be collections of lettering, you know, especially back in the day. Like if you're a designer, it's not like you're running through the list on, InDesign or something. Like you needed a sample.
Yeah, and you learn tricks, you know, like so he knows like, you know, cut like a 10% like that, and it'll create some depth.
I have a giant letter, I think it's a letterpress book, and it's all like the fonts that were available at that time. And that's, I mean, it's just, you know, lettering. One of my first design jobs, it was a guy who transitioned too digital. You know, would have been like a 90s kind of job. And he had printouts of all the fonts in a binder, you know, like he was making his own reference that you could look at. Also, range of what he's drawing, I feel like, is something that you could take for granted. You know, to go from something like this, which is cartoony in a way, to something like this, which is almost a different style of cartoon.
And dude, you can't shrug something like, dude, playing with registration stuff. So it's like because he's cutting his steps, like, so he's playing with this kind of thing and like drawing on, you know, some separations to get images like that. Like, there's so much technique that is completely invisible to just like some guy who wants to read hippie comics or whatever. You know, like, imagine like the to get that blend of the sky, like, that's not trivial.
I also wonder, when you see this thick line, is he going over that? Like, is he essentially drawing that line with several
Or is he cutting the screens?
You know, because you see that it's part of his language, that thick line.
Yeah.
But it's so uniform looking, but I don't know what kind of pen. It's like a bigger rapidograph than I have.
Yeah, no, it's he's doubling up. Like, this is another one of those ones where, like, I seen like the reference for this, and it's, you know, some like old ragtime something or other.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. You know, like, we all draw from the stuff that we see, and what he's collecting is different than what I'm collecting.
Yeah.
Love this lettering.
Yeah, man.
I love almost all the lettering. Really fun cartooning. And this is another one. This is one of my favorite covers of his, where it just, again, is this...
Going cubism.
Just a different style.
Yeah. With a paste up, even, of his face.
Pretty bold idea for a logo.
Yeah. He was just so in demand.
That's something, too, to make note of, like, as you see these years, and something that I think... Again, I don't hear people talk about as much, but like any of these alternative newspapers, I feel like got a cover by him.
Yeah.
You know, it was almost like spreading this style, like Johnny Appleseed planting cherry trees or something.
When I was in Japan, I saw a Japanese R. Crumb wannabe, dude.
Yum Yum book.
Yeah, dude. In the sketchbook. Like, that's the one that Dana gets to have.
Arcade, the Spiegelman.
And Bill Griffith. I remember buying this one as a kid.
I don't have that one.
This is a great one. This has the best Crumb story ever, man. The one called That's Life, where it follows that blues musician from like the Delta, makes a record, like steps out on his wife, goes through all the stuff that the blues guys go through, and then the end of it is like some old crusty white dudes like going to like black neighborhoods, knocking on doors, like, do you have records for sale? And buys a record, and then it's just like a room full of their homies, like putting on the record and just like listening to it, just enjoying it.
Right. This looks like it might be shot from originals.
Yeah.
Because that looks like an uneven, whatever he
Absolutely.
colored that R. Crumb with.
Absolutely.
Very, very spotty. I always remember wasn't Rob Liefeld, or Jim Valentino told a story of Rob Liefeld reading that comic in a student and like throwing it across the room.
Dude, airbrush. That's the only way you get that. Aileen, rest in peace.
Yeah. This is pretty far out. You know, if you only showed me a snippet of that, it's almost Ditko's late era, where he's doing like the crazy wordplay as part of the
packages
graphics
and stuff.
Painting.
And the guy can paint, you know.
Pretty iconic. All the American Splendor. Really loose here.
Yeah, very bold line. You know,
Yeah,
deadline, like you know, using one kind of pen.
Yeah, almost feels like drawn at size.
He'll be adventurous, and like the Hupp period, which will probably be in here. Like, you know, he's first time ever he starts using brush in the 80s. You know, 25 years after he starts doing his thing.
Almost like Crap Hound, clip art on the outside.
Yeah, totally. You know, he's an early member of the Church of the Subgenius.
How beautiful are these?
Oh, dude, like this issue of Complete Crumb Comics, like, I just would fucking stare at these things, man. Once again, playing around with the separations a little bit more, and those are the thing with the weirdo covers, where he's like hatching the tone. So like he's cutting his steps, but then he's like clipping shit out of there.
Yeah,
for
very
value.
informative. The printing on this is really sharp, and you can see it with like those color that color plaid pattern.
And also an airbrush background. So it's what I'm trying to stress is that it's so much more than drawing. Can like look at this, man. Cut with screens.
Even cutting into like a pattern on the tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drawing
there's-
on drawing. Like I'd love to see the production piece for that.
I remember Chicago had some big symposium with all the big cartoonists, and he was up there with Gary Panter. And Gary Panter was talking about how much he loved Off Registration and is making Crumb nuts. Like do you understand the amount of attention and care that I put into my covers to not have it go off registration? And you want that? You're okay with that?
What is this?
Yeah, that's a
What
good
is
question.
that sky made out of?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see the dots?
I don't know.
I've never seen that piece before.
It's very intricate too. Like I would believe that those are cut, but man, that's an intricate pattern if you're
Yeah.
going to cut that out. I love the logo on there too.
I've never seen either of these pieces.
The other thing that I note going through this, and I've purposely not gone through this too much before doing
totally.
it here, but it's almost like it reminds me of we looked at Dojinshi Turtles,
Yeah.
and it was like, look at all the styles. You sort of have this here,
Yeah.
You know, like there's a template where it's like, oh, I see some Chris Ware there, I see some Charles Burns there. It feels like he's explored so much in terms of drawing, especially in black and white and in logo design, that you see it everywhere. And the weirdo covers for me, some of my favorite Crumb are these weirdo covers.
Took him 18 years to get that place where he's able to do like his like full ode to Harvey Kurtzman, like Humbug and shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfect timing, Ed, because
Yeah.
I feel like you can see some of it there, but that's nuts. I don't even know what's going on there.
Yeah,
Collage.
yeah, just a total collage piece.
This
I
is
feel like
another
this
one of
is
my favorites.
iconic.
Yeah. I always picture this one in black and white, you know, because of the way those lines are going off.
Right.
This would be another one I'd love to see the original of, because is he drawing this, and he must be drawing that in white.
I think so.
I don't know how else he could do it.
And go full cubists with the border there, because that's the thing. These borders are all different.
Unbelievable.
So he's
the
drawing
amount of
them.
drawing in these borders.
Yeah, just a compulsive graphomaniac.
Little nod to EC Comics here, talking about doing, you know, different styles. A little bit of him pulling from somewhere else.
Like he's got the big thighs, and like look at the little tension of the skin coming through the holes. Like I remember staring at that so much, man, because like that's something that Jaime will do when like Hopi and Maggie are wearing like leggings or whatever, and just seeing that it's
Very
like
well
squishy
observed.
skin.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't get that in superhero comics.
It's so strange. There's so many layers to his drawings too.
Go back one real quick, man, because this is that part where he's talking about his morgue files and showing it off on the Crumb documentary, and he's like, yeah, you see this photo? That's this right here, and it's not like this is not from one photo. It's like he's got this gang of photos, and he's like looking at stuff and like, okay, I'll draw this here and I'll draw that there to compose one big image.
This is another one I'd be curious, like, is this a separate piece that's
That's a
just
good
put on
question.
there to photograph, or is that actually on the original art?
Yeah, good question.
It's just such bold design. Probably doesn't get credit as a designer that he should.
No. But like every cartoonist does.
This is another one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That's to me, that's such a striking drawing.
This might be the one that has the Philip K. Dick joint.
Yeah, it could be. But the fine line, like the hatching that he's doing around that weirdo logo, man. How's he have time to do this many covers, Ed?
Yeah.
I think this is the Philip K. Dick one.
Yeah.
This is another one, though, that just love every bit of this concept. More American Splendor with a snot rocket hanging out. Incredible. Starting to use brush.
Yeah. Yeah, getting into the Hupp era.
Pretty interesting, the idea that he's going to start experimenting with brush. You know, this is the 80s, like he's, you know, decades in.
Totally. And it's not a very
Still
long
pushing.
period. Yeah, it's not a very long period. I think he's always had like a push-pull with hatching and trying to find better ways. Like, look at the drapery, dude. It all fucking works. There's a logic to it all. The lighting is always accurate.
And again, doing stuff, striped shirt on Crumb, plaid skirt, that's done in the color.
Yeah.
Really like those buildings and logo. This to me feels like a Clausian kind of treatment.
Sure, yeah.
And then this, to me, a lot of rule breaking. You got half your page is just your title lettering and this little tiny image, but boy, that's a good looking cover. Can't complain about the end result. Like that face too.
Yeah, that's an unused cover.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is the...
Ah, interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that weirdo cover.
Yeah. Just
That's
that
another
imagination,
favorite.
man. Like he's
Disturbing.
he's a funny guy. You know how like when we interviewed Klaus and Klaus said that Crumb told him like, you know, get into botany or something for a year so that you don't get burnt out, blah blah blah. and Klaus is just like, dude, he's trying to throw me off the scent. Crumb also says like, you know, that he regrets taking like that pharmaceutical grade acid and all that kind of shit. But like you can't argue with the imagery that comes out of that kind of thing. So like, is he trying to throw people off the scent, or is he trying to be, you know, like a, you know, cautious old dude, giving you the scoop?
When he talks about like the acid from like the guys in the dark suit, acid that he was like in a trip for a long time after, is that in the documentary?
No,
it's in a. Is it in a comic?
He does talk about having a weird where he's like, it just had this other effect. I don't think it was acid. It made my brain all fuzzy. Like he says that.
Because I was looking at Midnight Climax, the CIA's like dousing people.
Yeah.
And the time overlaps. You know, like it's in the 60s in San Francisco whenever they're doing that, and you go down that rabbit hole, and it's like pretty indiscreet the way they're putting acid out into civilians.
Right.
And it always makes me wonder if like they cross paths there.
This is a cool one, man, because not only do you have Aileen's contribution, but Sophie has the chops now, and she's popping into the game.
You know, it's a shame they don't credit them down here. Like some of those others, you know, we saw Charles credited on that one cover.
Yeah.
Be good to have that in there.
I look forward to doing this issue with you, dude. The Self-Loathing comics.
Mm-hmm.
These are special comics.
That's an amazing cover too. Were you buying those like
Right,
in real
brand
time,
new.
like when they're being published?
Brand new, man.
Yeah, that's exciting.
See, this is the one that like there is a reference. Like this is in reference to something. And when you see the original cover, it's really cool seeing them side by side. Because, like, you see, like, it's all the same title treatments and the serifs are in the right spots. Like, that's what you do. Like, he's not an educated dude. He didn't go to art school. So, like, you don't know the rules of, like, serif, sans serif when you're, like, using different fonts together and shit like that. So, like, just steal it.
Right.
Just take it from the people who went to school and figured all that crap out. This is always a great one, dude, because he's a famous like conspiracy theorist guy, and like Illuminati, aliens, all that shit are real. So it's just like all that stuff is in here, man. Like little fucking aliens and you know, third eye imagery. You might see. I can't see the compass anywhere, but it's probably there.
That's funny. You know, I look at this and I think like the 60s poster lettering.
This is a logo from like a Jay Disbrow comic that's just called Mystic or maybe it is called Mystic Funnies.
Perfect.
That's what I'm saying. This dude, like, he's not playing. Like, he really was a part of fandom. He might be the guy who called him the good duck artist.
It does make me think though, like you have stuff that you reference, like maybe old albums.
Yeah.
But then you also have the stuff you're living with and seeing. You know, like it becomes very hard to reverse. Another of the late Eileen Kaminsky on cover there.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a pretty iconic image to me.
The Snoid from Sheboygan. Yeah, they ended up doing so much like jam comics at the end. You know, like almost any comic that you would get with Crumb would be a jam with Aileen.
And now we're entering like 2002. Pretty short run there for like, you know, this is 2000. So 98 to 2000 got no 99 covers listed in here.
Yeah, and I feel like that even came out when we were kicking it.
Yeah, it's now 2003. We're getting a few more, but it's very interesting, kind of jumping around from 03 to 05.
Oh, that's cool. That's an unused one. I've never seen that before. This is like the last one. It came out like when I was after we did our first SPX together.
That sounds right.
And then this is when I am already hooked up with Harvey Pekar. Like Ballantine or whatever, man, they put out 2 books. They put out this, which is a collection of like that old Doubleday shit, and they put out American Splendor, Our Movie Year. Like these were side caps.
Makes sense. Publisher that's coordinating, whenever there's some press.
Yeah.
Man, I gave this to my aunt who's religious to read. We never discussed it.
He plays it straight up.
Sure.
Though there is that one guy called Shem, and he can't help but draw Shemp. Whoa, is this unused?
I don't know, man. There's an
It says Fantagraphics?
Yeah, it says Fantagraphics.
Somebody send us that. Send 2 copies, please. P.O. Box 3076.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that one. The other 2 I would always see.
Yeah, see, we're getting into shit I don't know about, man.
Yeah, 2016 to 2021, so that seems peculiar.
Yeah, I never seen this piece.
Looks like it might be Sophia's hand there, too.
Yeah.
Looks like a different hand. And then, of course, the... lots of notes. Unfortunately, I can't read those, but...
Suffice it to say, it's all the old sketchbook stuff. You could get those Taschen sketchbooks. I got them all, dude. And talk about a time sink. You got to keep them as far away from your drawing table as possible, because you will lose 3 hours if you pull one of those volumes down.
For lettering.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But just a great resource. Like I would kind of put these in the same camp as that. If you're looking for inspiration or want to break all your pencils, you spend a little bit of time going through here and you'll learn some stuff. How about that? Your drawing will improve.
That's the thing. Like when he does this lettering, you get the sense that he's just doing it all in not something like this. This is more finished, but those sketchbook pages are just sketchbook like it's rapidograph drawings, and somehow he has that secondhand. Yeah, dude.
Little Dell reference there.
Because like on their little kid comic, they put that Dell on there because just mimicking their whole shit. But like, all the orientation and the spacing is always right, and I don't think he's penciling that shit, man.
Yeah, that's what's mind-blowing, because also you know how prolific he is, so it's not like he's pulling out references for any of this stuff.
Right,
like, this is stuff that's floating around in his head, like ready to go.
Shit.
Yeah, the lettering I marvel at. Like, that's probably the thing that I'll come back to again and again.
Here's your foreign editions and stuff.
These are kind of neat. You get to see a little bit of, like, they're shooting from the art where you get to see some of the crop marks and
That's
stuff.
the thing. I used to wonder about him, because like before I really knew too much, and I was like, is he just a maniac and like doesn't know about crop marks? And because like he's not using rulers for his panel borders and all that stuff.
It's a pencil piece.
Yeah, it's cool.
Don't get to see too much of that.
No.
So a heck of a book.
Oh, amazing.
Really cool. And this is we're living in the Matrix, so enjoy it. That stuff like this exists.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the exact
incredible
kind of thing that we all wanted. Man, good to go, Jimmy?
I am.
Kayfabers, like, follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell. We'll notify you when new vids are available. Tell
Government of the people, for the people, by the people.
Earlier today, a Broward County appellate court judge's upheld a previous ruling to ban the sale of Miami rap group The July Groove double platinum album, nasty as they want to be in Broward County.
We think it's the banning of free speech. The First Amendment protects material, presumptively.
We don't talk about harassing and sexually brutalizing women in my music, man. We don't do that in my music, man. I'm tired of you saying that.
We've got white collar people trying to crap our style, saying we're too nasty and we're too live. Corrupted politicians playing games, bringing us down to boost their fame. They must be joking, thinking we were poor, but they're like flies moving the wall. We stand tall from beginning. beginning to end, with help from fans and all our friends. Freedom of speech will never die. For us to have, our ancestors died. Don't keep thinking that we will quit. We'll always stand and never sit. We're too live, too black, too strong, doing the right thing and not the wrong. So listen up, y'all, to what we say. We won't be banned in the USA.
Luke's concerts are for adults. If it's an adult show, you have to be 18. Luke's concerts are for adults. If it's an adult show, you have to be 18. Our record is a year old, but with all the publicity, there's a lot of people, curiosity is aroused. We're selling records to a totally different audience. I take a precaution that nobody else has. I stick at my album. I made two versions.
The First Amendment gave us freedom of speech. So what you're saying, it didn't include me? I like to party and have a good time. There's nothing but pleasure written in our rhyme. I know you don't think we'll ever quit. We got some people on our side that won't take your lip. We're gonna do all the things we wanna do. You can't stand to see a brother get as rich as you. This is the 90s and we're coming on strong, saying things and doing things that you're saying's wrong. Wising up, cause on election day, we'll see who's banned in the USA.
Show in Hollywood, those were 21 and older people. They had the police out there carding the people coming in the club, and they still arrested us for performing in the front of adults. What is this? Is this not America? This is not China. This is not Russia. This is not the place where they brought down the wall. This is America. We have the right to say what we want to say. We have the right to do what we want to do. And what I do in my house, you might not do in your house. So what I do in my house is my business. And the simple fact of it all is that we are bonded by the First Amendment. We have the freedom of expression. We have the freedom of choice. And you, Chinese, black, green, purple, Jew, you have the right to listen to whoever you want to, and even the Two Live Crew. So all you right-wingers, left-wingers, bigots, communists, there is a place for you in this world, because this is the land of the free, the home of the brave, and Two Live is what we are.
Girls I used to jack off to when I skipped a class, and now hitting me up for a backstage pass. Oh, ladies get wet when I roll into town, so if my dick is up, tell me why am I down? Tugging me, fucking me, sucking my dick till my balls run dry. Women I never met whipping their we shake hands, she starts sucking my dick. Swallows my nut while I stare at the ground. So if my dick is up, tell me why am I down? Beating me, fucking me raw till my dick gets sore. One girl is leaving, there's two more outside who just walked through the door. Now I've learned to eat pussy while I'm wearing a frown. So my dick is up, tell me why am I down? Licking me, sticking me, dicking your puss till sun comes up. Ladies I never met sending me texts saying